So last Thursday, we're doing my taxes.
Yes.
Like any old Thursday. Like we do most Thursdays.
Not true.
And we're going, who paid me in the last year? Shit. Who paid in 20? Did Google send any money? Did Google send any money? Well, let's check the YouTube. Let's see if we got, are my videos even monetized anymore on YouTube? I don't know if my videos are even monetized on the Flat Sound channel. And when we're looking at it, you randomly, no one asked. Like, no one fucking asked for your opinion about this. But you randomly say to me, and I still don't know why you said this, but you
I was admiring how many followers you had on YouTube.
They're called subscribers.
Subscribers you had
First
on YouTube.
of all.
Okay.
And they're my subscribers.
All right, yeah.
Yes, they're from 6 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't ask anyone to click the bell, so every time I post there now, it's a fucking ghost town.
Useless, yeah.
Still, I don't think it was fair that you said randomly, we're just doing my taxes. And you just say, isn't it weird how like, isn't it funny how like you have the subscribers and stuff, but they'll never send you like a play button.
Yeah, like a YouTube play button.
Like a YouTube play button because you're not like an actual YouTuber.
Yeah. That's what I said.
It is what you said. Thursday, you say that. Thursday night.
Thursday evening, it's true. I said, isn't it funny how YouTube will never send you, Mitchell Welling, a play button because you're not a real YouTuber.
Friday rolls around. The very next day.
The very next day rolls around.
Why don't you tell the people what this is right here? What I get in the mail right here. Huh?
I can't believe this is real.
Why don't you tell people what this is right here?
What this is?
For the people that aren't watching on the video, just tell them what that is right here. Actually, why don't you think about what you did? Why don't you think about what you did to your husband? And then we'll do this. Okay? Yeah. Boom. I wanted to grab it and do like a thing, but I was too afraid I'd throw it.
There it is, huh?
Da, da, ba, 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 dun, dun. What if we put it here?
What if we put it over
What if
the
we
logo?
put it right here? I don't know if we've decided where we're putting it in the house.
What if we put it front and center?
You know, they asked me, right, what you wanted to say on the front, and I almost said as a joke, I almost said Billy sucks. And then I decided last minute, no, it should actually say Flat Sound on the front.
It should say Flat Sound. Yeah. Okay, so you got a fucking YouTube play button.
I got a YouTube play button, but it also is not. It's not just a YouTube play button. It's like an open invitation for you to
eat my fucking hat.
To eat your hat.
Yeah.
And my words.
And my words.
And my dick. And my shorts.
And eat crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
I've got a feast.
Hey, I thought you were vegan. What's with all this crow you're eating? Huh? What's with all this crow you're suddenly eating?
What's with this crow that you're wearing as a hat that you now have to eat in a humble pie?
Hold on, in a humble pie. And you see the two little holes in it right there? Those are my leg holes because I'm wearing them as shorts. And you have to now eat my shorts. Ay caramba. Did you get that wrong?
All right. Listen, I'll admit it. I said that my husband, Mitchell Welling...
I'm putting it up to the cam.
...is a flop.
You said I was fully in my flop era.
I said that you're in your flop era and no one gives a fuck. And you'll never be a real YouTuber.
And yet what hangs in my house today...
And yet what turned up...
The next
12
day.
hours later? Now, you might think, as I thought... Wow, those YouTube people have a crazy fucking turnaround time.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Because for you were like, holy shit, how did you pull this off?
Okay, so what? We had that conversation, and then you silently in the nighttime...
I went to the bathroom and called YouTube and said, you better send me that fucking play button because my wife just called me Flop Sound. And we haven't had sex in 3 days because of it. Yeah, no. What actually happened was...
Yeah.
This is all the space in between, by the way. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy.
And this is just, I gotta say, is like nothing to me. That's not real.
for 100,000 subscribers that you
What
actually...
if it said in parentheses, yeah, about 12,000 of them are actually, like, active.
Oh my god, it's my midnight alarm.
I
How
know.
embarrassing. Everyone knows
very-
that we started recording this at
You
midnight.
need to turn that off. It always just goes off during the show.
Well, we need to stop recording the show at midnight.
I think it's the alarm is the issue.
What's very funny to me about this plaque is that it's presented to Flattown for passing 100,000 subscribers. You did that so long ago. I feel like there should be an expiry.
I thought there was. Okay, let me just tell the story of why I have a YouTube plaque. Okay. So I was just like, this was like a few weeks ago. I was in a call with Brooke, and we're getting some work done, and I'm like screen sharing my computer as we're working on something, and I scroll by a post on Instagram, and it's my friend Ouija Mac, who just got his play button, and I was like, now why did they give Ouija a play button? Like, I passed 100K like forever ago, and they never gave me a play button.
My assumption was that they only gave them to like YouTubers.
You have to actively be posting or something.
Not so much just musicians who use YouTube as a place to host their music and videos.
I truly thought, yes. I truly thought it was a thing where you have to like start a video with, what is up YouTube? And then then it can be a thing.
But you said the Ouija got one, who's a musician.
Yes, but he also he's active on the platform, and
he's making music videos.
He's making music videos
every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah, he's just like dropping a new music video all the fucking time. He's fully just doing what he needs to as a musician, you know? And he got there way quicker than I did. It took me fucking a million years. So it came a couple, you know? So I was just like, why? Well, now why do they feel like they're just handing this out to anyone if that's not me? You know? They're handing this out to anyone that isn't me. And Brooke was like, I'm pretty sure you have to like claim it. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, they probably sent you like an email or something. And I was like, oh. And I looked, and yeah, they did, like forever ago. It's so long ago. And I looked it up, and they were like, yes, after you pass 100K on YouTube, then something will like pop up. And I'm never checking my fucking channel. It's like I can't tell you how much I don't post. Yeah. And then they have trickled in since then. They've barely, for over years, trickled in and just happened to be over 100K.
Yeah.
And when it happened, I noticed. I was like, oh, look at that. Cool.
That's funny, yeah.
And I thought then, I was like, I wonder if I'll get a play button. But I just thought that YouTube just, first of all, has my address.
Knew where to send a play button.
We had moved even recently. Where's my play button? And the Brooke was like, no, you have to fucking claim it. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
And the
that
thing
makes sense now that you've said that. Yeah.
The thing that I read specifically said like, you have to claim it within like 6 weeks or something. And I was like, oh, I fucking missed it, man. That's so lame. And Brooke was like, you should just like try anyway. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try. It took me to a page, took me to another page. It took me to the like the awards people that make this, and they were like, put in your channel and verify something, and I did, and they were like, all right, what do you want to say? And I was like, oh, what? They're gonna send me one. They're gonna send me one. That's so fire. That's so it's so fucking funny. It's so funny. Okay,
and just to make sure the time, this was weeks before I'd said anything about you being a flop.
Yes. It was
and
weeks
I
before.
didn't know this conversation was happening at all.
Yeah, I told Brooke on the spot. I was like, I am not telling Billy I fucking claimed this thing. Because then I got an email that was like, okay, it'll be there and it'll ship out in like a couple weeks.
But you also just, of your own volition, thought it would be funny to maybe write Billy sucks on it.
Yes.
Even though I hadn't yet called you a flop.
It's true. I just thought it'd be funny to like have like the YouTube thing on it and then it's like, Billy's presented to fuck Billy for doubting me. 100K, you know?
It's like you knew I would.
My biggest hater, my wife, Billy.
It's like you knew I would say it.
Yes.
What the fuck?
And I don't know what. So I was like, I was seriously like trying not to tell you, scratching my fucking neck, being like, I gotta tell, because it's so funny that I'm getting a play button. It's so funny.
I don't know how you kept your mouth closed and
terrible
acted normal throughout that conversation of me being like, they will never fucking give you a play button.
Once they said, hey, it shipped, I was like, oh, it's on now. I really got to keep my fucking mouth shut about this. So I ended up like telling my brother randomly. And I was like, okay, so check this out.
And then I just brought it up for no reason.
The day before, I knew it was coming the next day. Yeah. When you were like, hey, by the way, just randomly, fuck you.
I've
About
been-
this.
I've
Fuck
been-
you about this. And I was just like, and I sat there and I'm like, yeah, crazy, huh? And then the next day when it got here, I was like, "Duh! Look at it! Look at it! What did you say? Look at it. What did you just say 12 hours ago? Oh my God.
I've been like replaying the conversation in my head, going like, "There's no way that's a coincidence. Like, you must have baited me into saying it
No,
somehow."
in fact,
but
when-
I replay it and I'm like, "No, I really did say it for no reason."
When we were checking YouTube even,
Yeah.
I was like thinking about it. I think you felt it or something. I was like, oh, the play button's going to get here. Oh my God, the play button's going to get here.
I think I either must have like subconsciously, you know how sometimes I'll look at a web page and just Rain Man in all the words on that web page without even registering it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I read the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
I feel like maybe I subconsciously
Like
saw
saw something on there that was like play
that,
button.
or I'm fucking psychic.
I don't know. You might actually
And
just be psychic.
and I was just thinking about, you know, and I picked up on you thinking about the play button, and I preemptively was like, stop thinking about that fucking play button because I'll never fucking give you one.
Uh-huh. And here it is. So give a round of applause for me to play button on my Flat Sound channel, even though I don't use that Flat Sound channel and all the subscribers are inactive.
It's not they're even inactive, they just didn't click the bell.
This was prior to the bell.
The bell didn't exist. How are you
Yeah.
meant them to click the bell if there was no bell?
And I was never a like and subscribe type of person. And I
Yeah.
was never a post anything outside of my music type of person.
Yeah.
There was like a fleeting moment like forever ago during the Tumblr era where I was like, fuck it, YouTube. I know Christian. He's doing it.
Yeah.
So I was, I made like a couple just talk to the camera. Hey, there was a YouTube story. The Gatorade story.
Yes.
There was the YouTube plaque story. The clap. This is clipped into another. This little segment's clipped into a YouTube. What is it called?
Short.
A short.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm on Joe Rogan, and he's like, "No, you got to tell me how you got this plaque." And did it have anything to do with a gorilla or DMT or some shit? Yeah, I told the Gatorade story, and that like did its rounds, and it did okay. And then I did a couple other things. And
You
I just
had a couple
fell
of
off.
vlogs. Yeah.
I
remember
fell
you
off
did
so
about,
hard because I was like, this shit sucks. I hate this.
I remember you did like three vlogs, and I
Yeah.
watched each of them about 30 times probably. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people on Tumblr did. They
yeah.
did. Yeah, I could have done it. I
Well,
could have done the YouTube thing. I know I could
here's
have.
the thing.
Uh-huh.
You're very cute.
There was a fleeting moment
Yeah.
where I thought I was cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I just think I'm hot. And now I just think what's the type of hands that I have?
Pianist hands.
Yeah. But what do they call it in anime?
Yaoi?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it really.
That's it.
No,
That's
they're
the
too
one.
small to be that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, your hands are like big.
Huh, are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they're like big and skinny.
Oh, mine
Big-
are small and
small?
skinny. Yeah,
Tiny,
unfortunately.
actually.
They're like little.
Yeah. We had to
Tiny.
actually buy you like a child-size ring when we got married.
Yeah. I was like, can
Yeah,
you...
like the kind that you get from like a gumball machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, can it be small, like the same size as my wife's ring?
And they said no. That will fall off of you.
No, you'll lose it. You'll lose that if that happens. This is an advice show. We're not keeping this in here the whole time, right?
When will we get one for this channel?
Never.
When will we get one for this channel?
We cannot even get
but
2,000
maybe if
subs on
I'm
this channel.
maybe if I'm like enough of a hater, I can manifest it. Because that's what I feel like I did with this
10K in the next week. Yeah.
I will start negging our own podcast, you know.
You know what's funny? How you're a bad provider? And I was like, I guess. I don't really find much humor in it, but yeah, now that you mention it. Yeah, I do suck. But we don't have to keep this here the whole time, though. It matches the couch kind of really
It
well.
blends in seamlessly, actually.
We'll
yeah.
leave it here during this one episode.
It's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny, especially because it's not for this channel.
It's not for this channel.
Yeah, it's because I wrote
It's for It's for the channel that you don't upload to.
It's because I wrote Sleep 10 years ago. Yeah, that's why. But this is an advice podcast.
It's true. Sometimes it's true.
Sometimes we just don't do it. Not just
I
the
don't
advice,
know.
the podcast.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they were like, "Tell me about your podcast. What is it?" And I was like, "Great question. Fuck knows."
Yeah.
You
Hey.
can listen to it and see what you think it is, and then get back to me.
A great, excuse me, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry. The kind of segue into that, like, what is this podcast?
Mm-hmm.
What is the type? Is it an advice? Was it about art? Is it about? It's about whatever it is that it's about. And I really, really love the people that have been watching and listening for years and years. And there's never a week where we don't have questions in the years that we've done it, and it's really great. We're at a point now, we're not even like, we can't even get to the top of this shit currently. We're just boom, boom, boom. Okay, those are good. And then we just start recording. And I must thank the people for that.
Yeah.
And what type of show are they supporting? The first question comes along here for this week. It's called Attempted Frozen Poop Story.
Yeah, great, good.
And it goes like this. Greetings, billiard ball in Michigans. There is no pickle, simply a weird, gross fucking strange story from yours truly. So when I was in like second grade, about 8 years old, I was on the school toilet with my best friend at the time. I was shitting, to put it bluntly, and and I thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to see what a frozen human shit looked like? I like to imagine an 8-year-old saying that verbatim. So my best friend agreed, and I took a dump on some sheets of paper and put it in the school freezer. Right above the refrigerator where all the students kept their lunch boxes. We told some of our friends in secret, and they told on us with a little broken heart emoji. Very embarrassing encounter with the teacher, but I could have just not shit in a freezer, I guess. To this day, I still don't know what a frozen human shit looks like. Another broken heart emoji. We had to clean the freezer itself, but a teacher, for some reason, took the shit itself out of the freezer. I don't know why she just didn't make us or me do that, at least. By the way, cried reading your blog post, Mitch. By the way, cried reading your blog post, Mitch, as if you don't make me cry enough by listening to your music. By this person's name.
The whiplash of putting an honest, like, cried to your blog post, by the way, at the end of a frozen human shit
When I was
story.
8, I had an
Crazy
active
idea.
imagination.
I had a dream.
I had a, yeah.
And it was to see what a frozen human shit looked
Didn't
like.
get to. A teacher actually touched my shit and got to see the frozen shit before. By the way, Mitch, the blog post tore me to bits. I don't want to say I have a similar story to this, and I don't, but I have something sort of in the same vein. But before we talk about that, I didn't get this when we read it the first time before. We're like, that one. I didn't really grasp that they're 8 years old. They're 8 years old in this. That's funny.
I think that's the perfect age to be doing shenanigans like that.
Yeah,
really.
It sucks because in my story, when I tell it in a bit, I'm like closer to like 13. So that's
not the perfect
it's almost
age
double
anymore.
the age. Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about this email. First of all, like
Why'd
the
you
way
write
that you.
it? Why'd you tell us
Why'd
this?
you do it? Why'd you write it?
Why'd we pick
Why'd
it?
you send it? Why are we now reading it? Why are you, the listener, now listening to it? Like, it's
why haven't you turned this off yet?
a whole chain of questions to be answered.
What were you gonna say?
First of all, the confidence with which you're like, I put it in the school freezer. Sorry, what the fuck is the school freezer?
What is the school freezer?
And why do you, as an 8-year-old, have access to it?
That's what I said when they're
What?
8. When they're 8, I'm like, so sorry. Everyone just has access to the same freezer.
Honestly, if you're a school and you tell a bunch of 8-year-olds, like, yeah, here's the freezer, do what you will.
There's gonna be bugs and shit in it.
You're gonna open
There's
it
gonna
to a piece of poop. You just are. Like, what do you... They brought it on themselves, I feel like, you know?
a bi-weekly basis how much little kid shit is gonna be in that freezer. It's funny that they were like, I wonder, and then never tried it again. They're like, I still don't know. It's like, do you have a freezer at home? You could know by the next episode. You can know, but you don't have to know, because what do you think is going to happen? It's not some like scientific sort of reaction that the shit has in the freezer, right? It can't be something spectacular. It just gets hard and cold, right? It freezes.
Most things
It mostly just turns to it turns to ice, right? Not even ice. It just gets frozen. That's what I think happens.
I wouldn't want it in my own freezer though.
Wow. That's so unique. I'd love it in my freezer.
If I was this person, you know, and I was curious, like I think a better route to go down would be like liquid nitrogen. You know?
Real science experiment.
Yeah, you know, like in school when they like
shatter it like a rose.
A banana.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine the teacher's just like, all right, somebody shit in my hand. Somebody, come on. I got something really cool to show you all. Yeah, like the cool like rose or something that they just like drop and like they do that with just shit. And everyone's like, ugh. Fucking gross.
Sweep it up before it fucking
melts. It cannot melt in here. Please. Fast.
Stop.
The custodian's like, I gotta quit. I must find a better job than this.
It's gotta happen every year.
So
I have another question. When they said that they pooped onto a piece of paper, what kind of paper were you imagining?
Like typical like printer paper, basically.
Same.
Yeah.
But then I realized they probably meant toilet paper, and that would like make a lot more sense.
Yeah. I was imagining, someone's diploma.
I was imagining like a piece of printer paper.
I was imagining a $100 bill. That's what I was imagining as an 8-year-old. So check this out.
Yeah.
This was kind of my this was my related tale.
I've never been so enthralled.
Shitting on paper, kind of. Is my hair good?
Yeah.
I feel like with the play button, the stakes are high about my hair being good.
Yes.
So Jordan and I wasn't going to use names. I immediately like Jordan McDonald, my best friend growing up. So we had actually, oh my God, we're older. I guess we were just leaving that middle school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we're about to go into high school. So as we're exiting middle school, we're walking around the middle school. He lived near it. We're walking around the middle school, and it was a kind of a little known secret that if you like scale up like some sort of like a tree and then onto something else and then onto something else, you can get to the roof of like the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And it's fucking tall. It's just like, it goes up so fucking high. You look over the edge and there's just like sidewalk and a little hall. Like you're up like at least, I think, it's not that, but let's say it just goes up like that and it goes up maybe 4 or 5 stories, right? So it's tall. And we're up there and we're on the roof of a building, and we used to go up there and like smoke weed and stuff. Was just a common and terrifying thing to do, you know, like let's go up really high
and then get really dizzy.
Yeah. Because we're young, you know, let's just do that. Now I'm just like, I want to be perfectly sober on the ground at all times.
Yeah.
And so because Jordan and I were morons, you know, we were like, what would happen if somebody shit off this?
I fucking knew you were going to say that.
It's kind of just a straight wall going down, leading to just kind of
that.
Yeah. What would happen if somebody shit off of this?
Yeah.
And to hang your ass off of something like that is like truly terrifying. And also, there was no way I was going to do it. I just wasn't about to shit, and I wasn't about to shit off of a building.
Need to go.
Yeah, that's why I was like, dude, I totally would, but like, I just went off that building back there. So we're thinking about ways, broad daylight, how we're gonna shit off of a building like we're birds, you know? And we come up with this solution because he was like, I'm not gonna hang my ass off of this building. I'll die. Like if a breeze comes and I fall, there's no way I'm surviving this fall.
And then the thing is that you'd also
just fall into your shit. Yeah. Bah! Like that.
And just
what
be
an
pants
insulting,
down,
yeah,
you know, like
insulting.
That's a terrible way to be found. That's really bad.
I'd have to talk to his mom. Be like, what happened? Like, I don't even know how to explain it, to be honest, Bricks. Yeah, I don't know how to even start it. So first of all, we were high, and we thought that this would be cool.
Second of all, we needed to shit.
Yeah. Third of all, we're this age. So he what he decided on, you know, it's so gross. I remember exactly what it was. We were just finding anything for him to like shit on. up there.
Yeah.
And people go up there to do anything, So there's like some trash up there and stuff. He finds. I remember exactly what it was. It's so gross that I even remember. He finds a like when you go to a gas station, you go to like a 7-Eleven or an AM/PM. In this case, it was an AM/PM, a gas station, and you get like their gross gas station like food. There was a foil wrapper to like a chili dog or something like that.
God.
Just the foil wrapper of one that was kind of flat, and he just decided to shit on that.
Stop.
So I don't watch him do it, but I do go down there to kind of watch it happen from a huge distance. I'm not like it's gonna. I'm not. I'm not so stupid that I'm standing like right where it's gonna fall. Like you wouldn't be surprised if that was if I'm just standing a foot away from where it's gonna fall.
Well, that would be stupid. And it's unlike the rest of this fucking story.
Whereas shitting on the thing and then throwing it off. What was so fucking funny about it is that he goes and I give him his privacy, right? So I can't see up on the roof. I'm like, I'm gonna get down. You do it, and you just tell me when you're gonna let it. Shitting.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
On to a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be down there, and I'm going to watch you from a super distance. And then he's like, all right, I'm done. And I was like, all right, this is normal. I'm down here. He's like, all right, I'm going to do it. And he lifts it up, and he's about to fucking drop it. And my first thought is, oh my God, that's so much shit. Like, why did you shit that much? There was so much of it. There was so fucking much of it. And there was just a...
You could clearly see it, like, from the ground, like, before he dropped it.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
You have so great eyesight.
I did. I have one more eye. Or there was just so much shit that I had actually poor eyes. And I was like, how is it that much? And then and then he fucking and then he drops it and we were both just kind of like, that was that, and fucking went home.
What happened?
It hit the ground. What do you mean what happened? It started flying away. What do you think? We didn't get caught. We left immediately. We fucked off. We grew up. We turned 32. That's what fucking happened.
I bet you said that the reason that you did it because you were like, what would happen if?
Oh, yeah. Well, what happened if...
Yeah.
What happened was that we went home and played Super Smash Brothers. That's what happened. We fucking went home and he wiped... went home and hopefully he wiped his ass, right? Hopefully he went home and fucking showered. Maybe I went home. Maybe we both speed walked in different directions and didn't talk for a week. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, that's like hopefully what happened, I think.
Hey, wait. All right.
Okay.
He's standing up there.
I'm ready for the post-story interview now.
He's standing up there.
Yeah.
Foil in hand.
Full of shit.
Does he throw the foil?
Yeah, he throws the foil too. He just drops the whole thing. Yeah. He just goes...
Just like throwing like a space age diaper.
Mm-hmm.
Off. Okay.
He throws it at me. It throws it really hard.
It hits the ground.
Hits the ground, splats.
How far away from you is it?
A good distance. A pretty good distance.
You're not like within ricocheting.
No, I made sure I was I was 3 times the ricochet distance at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to make. I didn't want to go near it even after. I was just kind of like, we did it. Let's fucking go.
It's so fucking weird to me that you were both so invested in doing it, but so not invested in, like, the outcome. I mean, but I guess what would there be to be interested in?
The thing is with it is that it is so senseless. It is such a fucking senseless thing to do, because as an adult, okay, look, listen to me. Listen to me. No, you gotta hear me out on this one.
You gotta listen.
You gotta. That's my long ass pointless story. No, listen. There's a point. The point is, stream I exist. The point, not the point, but I'm saying me as a 32-year-old remembering shit like that,
Yeah.
the only thing I can think is like, oh my God, whoever fucking had to clean that up. But you know what? It was also like summer break and stuff like that. I'm just hoping it rained or something. I'm just hoping
in the summer in San Diego.
Whatever.
You hope it rained.
I hope something happened. That's the only thing I can.
I hope there was a fire.
Yeah, I hope they just honestly they just burned down the fucking building after, and yeah, I hope that the custodian or anybody who had to hose that off.
So it was the summer break when you were leaving that middle school.
Yes.
So it's like the last thing you did at that middle school.
To the middle school.
That was
yeah.
your parting gift.
Well, it wasn't right after. It was just during the summer. During the summer.
But did you go back again after that?
No.
So it was the last thing
Well, yeah,
you ever did
I
there.
actually had a shit later that day, so I went back once.
So it was the last time you were there.
No, not in my life. No, I'd go back there to smoke weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we lived close there. There was a giant field. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd go back. Sometimes you'd like to look at the shit. They
Still
kept it there.
As a warning.
As a memoriam. Yeah, Jordan fell. So
It's actually a crime scene. We can't tamper with it. Yeah.
No one can tamper with it after that point, and then but then nobody wants to tamper with it. So like, yeah. So 20 years later, it's still there. That's what happened. People just had to walk around it as they got to the door.
Yeah, I mean, I'm over here being like, but wait, like, what was your hypothesis and was it proved or disproved? And I have to be, no, there wasn't
What
that
do
much
you think
thought put
happens
into it.
when you freeze shit? What do we honestly, and we're putting it in a public school freezer and stuff. What do you think happens?
But they were...
Chill with that, first of all. First of all, you didn't let me get to this part. You're always hating for no fucking reason. It's almost incredible how much you hate for no reason.
You're about to miraculously, like, you pulled out the fucking play button,
I
pull out a frozen shit
Look
that you
at
prepared
this.
3 weeks ago.
You never let me get to the point of the story that's like the redemption part of the. I forgot to mention.
Okay,
I was 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
Despite you and Jordan being the same age.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 8 years old. Well, he's older. I was 8 years
Okay,
old. I skipped a lot of grades, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was so smart. Yeah. I was actually too smart, and one day my brain broke, and I did that. Yeah. No, honestly, like, I think I fucking hated that school so much. It's like when I started ditching. It's when I was, like, super getting bullied and stuff like that. But, like, why take that out on the people that work there? I guess fuck the teachers, too. But like, fuck a couple teachers there that, like, made fun of my stutter. That sucked.
Yeah.
I should have just done that out front of their classroom or some shit, you know?
Yeah,
But that was for sure just some fucking custodian who's already so used to, like, cleaning up vomit and stuff like that. He's like, great. Just hoses it off. Another one of these fucking things.
But you think they could tell that it, like, came from the roof?
Probably. How else? Unless we put a fucking firecracker in it or something. How else would they tell that it
Oh, you're really painting a picture.
Yeah, unless it exited his ass. That's such a... Why? How could they... It was dropped from 4 fucking stories. Do you think they can tell? Yeah. You think it exited his ass like... Bah!
I'm trying to do, like, the count. Okay, if it's, like, speed is, like, distance...
Yeah. It was actually a science class experiment.
Distance times time. So if the distance was reduced from 5 stories to just, like, 2 feet...
Totally.
What the force would have to be.
And I actually sat at the bottom being like, interesting. That's what I thought would happen.
I was scared that you were going to tell me, I mean, not much difference, but that you were the one who dangled your little butt off the
Listen
building.
to me right now.
And
if it were me, I wouldn't have told the story.
I was afraid you were going to tell me that you did shit off of the building, and then I was going to have to live with the fact that you weren't the first partner of mine that had done that.
We got a second story coming. Wow. We got a second story. What's the time?
It was getting dangerously close, like...
This might be a 1-question episode, but yeah, I'd like to hear the story.
It was getting dangerously close to me having to reckon with something that's the kind of person I'm attracted to.
Yeah, I was going to be like, at that point you have a type.
Yeah, and my
still
type
do.
is someone
It's
who shits off of things.
Whoever that was, and it's Jordan. Yeah.
I do love Jordan.
Sorry I can't be him. I was, yeah, whatever. What
Alright.
happened? What age? Give me an age.
The person was?
Sure. Yes.
Oh, older than you.
That's
Definitely.
better. That makes me feel better. Older than 8.
Let's think. We were dating from when I was like 17 to 19, and he was maybe like 21 to 23.
Okay.
And at some point during all of that, he was a skater.
At some point, he was a skater during all that.
Through the whole thing, he was a skater.
I could tell by the whole shitting off of something. It was in. That's why I wanted to do it. It was in my
kind of Steve-O style.
Yeah, it was actually was. It wasn't Steve-O, yeah, but it was Johnny Knoxville that you were with. Yeah.
It was what was the UK version of Jackass that really sucked?
Oh, fucking, I know it.
The Welsh guys.
Yeah. I forget what it's
really
called.
sucked. Yeah, it was. No, I had a like punk skater boyfriend for a while. He was a skater boy. I said, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah.
You're always looking at your skateboard instead of me, and it's boring. Yeah.
You're always shitting off of buildings, and
he was on this like local skate team, and they took part in something that used to happen every year that was called Lord of the Swords, and it was all the skate teams in Essex, place in England. You might know it from The Only Way is Essex.
I do.
All the little skate teams around, the little independent ones, would take part in this thing called Lord of the Swords, and a lot of it was stuff that was like, you know, SKAT style like challenges. You know, doing tricks, doing lines, blah blah blah, and that you would earn points for all of those things, but you also could earn extra points by doing kind of Jackass style shit. And one of the things that would get you like considerable amount of points was like, I think I'm having to pull back because this is like over 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's ancient,
and I've tried not to think about it. I wasn't there. I was just told about it. But one of the categories that you could win extra points with was to shit off of the tallest thing.
Interesting.
But you didn't know what anyone else was shitting off of, right? You didn't.
You were blindfolded.
So no, because you didn't know that you weren't all doing it at one time. You were all just going around making your separate little like skate clips and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and then they'd all get seen at the end, and then they'd all tally up the points, right?
Okay.
So you didn't know what the other teams were like.
And did you get like more points for higher it was?
Yes.
Or did one person get all the points for doing it the highest?
I don't know. In my head, I don't know if this is how it works, but in my head,
you might have to send him a text because this is like really important to the story.
In my head, I might be remembering this totally wrong, but I don't know why I'm so worried. Like someone from Lord of the Swords is going to be like, actually the 2009 Lord of the Swords tournament. How I remember it is that the team that had the biggest height got the extra points, however many points that was. So I mean, listen, the guy I was dating, he was a really funny guy. Let's say he was a funny guy. Haha.
Okay.
He one time stuck a firework up his ass, and
this is quintessential Jackass behavior.
Like this is the kind of shit he was just doing for fun, you know.
It's like not
just on a Friday night.
It's not looking like it's not Johnny Knoxville, is what I'm saying. Like it's just, but you can carry on with that.
So obviously they had him on the team, and he was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do that. I will win us this competition."
He's like, I just did that.
So he went to the local hospital and climbed the water tower there.
Hospital's a pretty bad place to do it.
The water tower's pretty fucking tall.
Yeah,
so they were pretty confident, I think, and I think they might have won it.
So I'm sorry, they filmed him doing it?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
I didn't see it though. I don't know how I managed to not see it. But I didn't see it. But they climbed the water tower, and they didn't do any of the stuff like Jordan did, where it was like, you know, putting it onto something. And no. As far as I can remember, just stuck his ass over the edge. And just did it at Whips Cross Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, location and everything.
Yeah. So
that's
and
that's
I
a lot.
and I had sex with this guy.
Yeah, probably like right before and right after. Yeah. Probably that same night.
So that sucks for me.
Probably that same night you were having sex with that guy. Yeah. And now we're married.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So great.
Yeah, you couldn't escape it fully. So at least I didn't do that. And
Yeah.
at least I was too embarrassed and shy. It mostly had to do with my little ass. I didn't want to pull it out. And my very real fear of heights. I couldn't even
Yeah.
look over the edge of that thing, and I was like, "You want me to what?"
I'm not gonna put my head over. I'm sure as fuck not gonna put my ass over.
it.
Yeah.
No way.
That's my center of gravity.
I'd lock up and get stuck, and they'd have to.
Especially how tiny your ass is.
There is no
Strong gust of wind. Blow you, Oreo.
I like to imagine that as soon as I hung my ass over it,
Yeah.
I'd kind of like get so much anxiety that I'd lock up and get stuck, and then they'd have to call the fire department. They'd have to call the fire department to come and get me, to come and pry my hands.
They have to get like the cherry picker, you know?
Yeah.
The crane.
When
You have to be airlifted out.
Yeah, they just
Ass
strap.
still out.
When the helicopter takes me super high, I start shitting.
You win, Lord of the
Holy
Swords.
shit, he won! Oh my god, he was so high when he did it. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool.
It was all part of the plan.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, no one's gonna get this high. All right, take me down. I'm fine, by the way.
Take me down. Take me down.
Yeah, take quick.
I'm scared of heights.
The adrenaline's gone. Fucking A, that was so close to the whole episode. We had like 2 other things to talk about. Did we? We only got to one terrible question.
It wasn't even a question. It
No.
was just a horrifying confession, really. Yeah.
Hey, one awful thing that I did as an 8-year-old. I never said this before. I've killed a man.
Oh.
No, I don't like to like do this because like I understand now that it's like torturing bugs, you know. And it's just one of those things that's like, you know, when you're a kid, you take like a magnifying glass and you're just like, oh, and then as an adult, you're like, that's what serial killers do. I should not do that.
I'd never done that.
Yeah, I did that when I was a kid, but I
Before
still like
you showed me.
I didn't show you how to. I never did that in front of you.
No, you didn't kill bugs, but you showed me how to like start smoking the grass.
Oh
up
yeah,
with it.
yeah. I almost started many fires like that. But the sort of the thing that I would do is like I would just like to play God for whatever fucking reason, and I would take earwigs, particularly earwigs, and I would put them in a little cup. I'd put just one in a cup, and then I put it in the freezer, and I put that in the freezer for like 1 minute, 5 minutes, I don't know. And then when you'd come back, the earwig is just on its back, and it's dead.
Oh.
And you're like, oh no, but then you take that frozen earwig and it's really cold and you put it in your hands and you start breathing into like that. You start giving it that warm.
You give it the kiss of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it would like start to wake up and then it would come back to life. And I thought that was like the most miraculous, beautiful thing when in reality it's torture. It's probably
not
torture.
great for the earwig.
No. I did that when I was like 7 years old, and I thought like, wow, this is crazy. And then I got older, and I'm like, wow, I'm crazy.
Well, you're not getting the rush from killing a bug. You're getting a rush from saving a bug, but then you're the one who put the bug in danger.
Anyway, that's how I became a paramedic. That's how I became a doctor. But also,
you know who does that still though? Is Brooke.
What? She
at-
freezes bugs at work.
At work, yeah. Brooke works at Starbucks, and they have to keep the drive-through windows open even in the summertime, and they get a lot of like bees come in because they're like attracted to like the sweet stuff in there.
Yeah.
And Brooke makes it her personal job for some reason, because I get other people just go and kill the bees. Brooke makes it her personal job to collect all of the bees in a cup. She'll make like a little trap for them with some like freeze-dried Starbucks strawberries. Collect them all and then put them in the fridge until they go to sleep.
In the fridge?
Or I think so, yeah.
I did it in the freezer. So wait, is that not bad for the bugs?
I don't. Well, it's better than just squashing them, which definitely just kills them.
Yeah.
And she says that she puts them in the fridge and they go to sleep, and then at the end of the day,
And end of the day,
she lets them out.
they'll just.
Yeah. And then one time, do you remember, she told us that she went to work and did that. She collected like 10, like quite a lot of bees in a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bees in the trap, really.
Yeah.
And put them in the fridge. And then she forgot to let them out when the shift ended.
Mm-hmm.
And then she told
Oh, yeah.
that she didn't work the next day.
Yeah, so...
So someone just went in to open the shop and like opened the fridge and was just greeted with a ton of fucking bees in a cup.
Sleeping bees, though.
Sleeping bees in a cup.
I'm pretty in the middle of if that's good. Like, I'm just assuming what I did as a child was bad.
Yeah.
Just in the same way that it's just like, yeah, I probably shouldn't eat ants. Well, what are you going to do?
They're delicious.
What are you going to do? You're 19. You're going to eat a couple ants. You're going to eat some ants. Okay, it's after school. You know, you haven't been... That's after, like, I'm still in high school. I'm 19. I'm 19. I'm 19. I just got out of the 10th grade class. And I'm eating ants. And mom hasn't come and picked me up in 12 years at that point. So, of course, I'm eating ants.
It's feral.
I'm left there, yeah. No, when you're left to your own devices, all you know is shit off building and eat ants.
All you know is eat that sour flour and
sour flour,
ants for protein.
Yeah. Like, I've eaten so much of that mysterious, like, just yellow flour that kids used to pick, and they're like, chew on it, it's sour. And I'm like, yeah, sour. That's a good flavor. That's a good flavor for a plant to be.
That's a safe flavor.
That's not a thing that says don't eat. Yeah, it's really bitter. You should try this. And this was just growing out in front of someone's yard, huh?
Tastes like tummy ache.
It's just pesticides and dog piss at that point, and I'm just crunching on it. It really is, yeah.
I want some.
It's good, honestly.
Yeah, but I gotta find something that isn't covered in pesticides and dog piss.
Yeah, I'll still see it when we, like, walk around and stuff. I'm like, that's I mean, we called it sour flour.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what the real name is.
Yeah, I guess it's peyote or something. I don't know. We're almost out of time.
We're almost out of time.
Do we have a question to read? Or are we just gonna talk about some other shit?
I don't. To be honest, I forget what the other fucking question... Oh, I remember what it was. It's up to you. Do you want to do the question or do you want to do the other shit?
The other one's kind of, like, long, and we're going to talk about it for a while, and I would rather just do the other shit, even though, like, what a transition, you know? Like, what a... It's almost like I don't want to talk about it, to be honest, because it's like like an interesting, cool art thing I want to talk about, but like I don't want to just be like, "Hey guys, I talked about a cool thing. Listen to it on this podcast."
By the way, you have to get through literally 50 minutes of us talking shit, and I do mean actual literal shit.
And I mean, like, dropped, frozen, what have you, type of. Yeah, it's almost, it's not worth...
On a sheet of paper, or on a sheet of tinfoil from the gas station, yeah.
Yeah, an AM/PM chili dog wrapper type.
Right, you don't want to...
Way too much of it.
You don't proudly want to be like, hey guys, check out my thoughts on art. By the way, they're more of an addendum on the end of it.
Yeah.
Completely other thing.
I'm gonna go for it anyway, though. Had we had talked about the street team last time on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
So I've been working, like, a lot on that. And it's been good. It's been really, really good. I've not, like, gotten back to anyone yet. I think I'm just going to send, like, a mass email to the people that I'm, like, interested in, you know, or that. But we're not even done looking at all the hundreds of fucking submissions. So thank you so much for wanting to be a part of that and wanting to help Flatstone. We're like, there's another like 80 I haven't even like looked through, and we've already looked through hundreds.
Yeah.
And they've slowed down a lot, obviously, because I've completely stopped talking about it and posting. I'm just reading through them and being like, maybe, definitely yes, maybe not, but definitely yes on this one and maybe on that. And we're just reading them.
No.
Yeah, I respond to those and I say, fuck you. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What is this?
Yeah.
You know what's funny too is that I reframed something that I can't stop thinking about last night when we were talking. One of the things that people are telling me a lot is like, I've been listening to Flat Sound for since this point, since this time, blah,
Since
blah, blah.
X year.
It's usually since you release Sleep or since about 2014. Like 2012 to 2014, I guess, was just a really, really great time. And that checks out too. If you look at like the Google Trends for Flat Sound, like that is when it was. And then it's just gone since then, which is weird because I'm making the most money now. But then is when everyone was just really hopping on the train, I think, of Flat Sound. And it's almost like inherently I get this feeling where when people are like, oh, I started listening to your music, it's been a couple years now. Or like right before the pandemic, like 2020, I started listening to your music. And originally I was like, these people have only listened to my music for a couple years. When in reality, I'm like, bro, you're still getting fans in 2020, in 2022, and you're still getting a new fan, new fans, and new fans who like you so much that they want to be a part of this fucking street team. That's the shit. That's really, really cool.
But not even in a way where it's like, these fucking fake fans, or you've been listening for 2 years. But I mean, you know, inherently, if someone's been listening for like 10 years, you're like, holy shit.
Because the project's been going on forever now at this point.
So if someone's been listening to 10 years, you're like, fuck, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
And you see that as like the benchmark of like coolness of time for a fan to been listening. But then you're like, hang on.
In reality,
it's actually way fucking cool if someone just started listening.
In reality, if you weren't a part of that big,
yeah,
I just released Sleep and everyone on Tumblr's talking about it.
Yeah.
Or that big, hey, I just did 4 songs for Losing You, and he screams at the end of this song. That's fucking cool. What'd you hear? How'd you hear it?
Yeah.
Because I'm not really posting anymore, you know? Is it word of mouth? Is it what? I don't know what it is.
That is cool.
It's so cool to me. I just been constantly thinking about that. And I've been kind of having a blast just like looking through all the emails and just being like, look at this and look at all the people that want to help. It's so fucking cool. But like, so the kind of a common thing a lot of people say is that they're like, dude, I do this anyway. Like I'm already talking about it. Or I just want to know how I can help more, how I can blah, 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 whatever. And I thought originally I was like, okay, we'll do this for these people. We'll do this for this people. And maybe the people who can help like more and be like more proactive physically with it, we can do that and we can do this and we can do that. But one thing I definitely wanted to do was create kind of a resource online that people can like go to and read about Flat Sound and how they can what they can how they can help, and the easiest way that they can help I think would be really really cool. So I started writing that, just a resource. Hey, this is just the quickest ways you can help support and blah blah blah. And the more that I was writing it, the more that I was really focusing on and really writing it. There was 2 days there where I just like fully lost it and just sat in my office and was like, oh, and then I'm going to include this and I'm going to, let me draw something really quick because this is that would be like this little section of it and blah, blah. And I ended up writing almost 3,000 fucking words, not just about how you can support my music, but just about art and about connecting with art in the modern era and how that's difficult and social media and how does anybody focus on anything and the easiest ways that you can, and none of it involves spending in any money, but it's almost just like, it's not about like, hey, how can you support me? It's, hey, how can you actually connect with what I'm saying in a meaningful way? And how do you make it a part of your life? And how do you support independent art? And how do you consume art? And how do it goes with just, it's my morals. It's my belief and it's long, like it's long and I'm telling a story and I'm just, it feels like I'm giving all this like really cool info, but also I'm just like, check this out. This is it takes a few things too. And I think it really flips it on its head, you know, when I talk about playlists and stuff and what is the point of playlists and what is this, especially in the modern era. And it's not just about getting my plays up. It's about, I want you to listen. I want you to really listen to the music. I want, and how do you, and it's about forming a connection with music, and it means a ton to me. It means so much to me. So I put it up and I just posted about it, not even like on social media. Yeah. A couple hours ago I sent everybody that's on the mailing list got an email about it, and then I posted about it in home.html, not even in the public server or anything like that, but there's the link. And I really hope that if you want something like longer to read and about my just about how I feel about art and creating art and how I think you should consume art is you can check the link in the description here, or if you're listening on Apple Music or Spotify, it'll be in the description there. If you're on the website, it'll just be in the description there.
Yeah.
Or if you're just listening to this and you don't want to do anything like that, flatsound.org/how-to-help.
Yeah, how to
That's
help.
it. How to help. How to help. I also redid my links page, so if you know what that is, just flatsound.org/links. It's there
It's
as
on
well.
there, yeah.
And
It's about 3,000 words.
it's like 2,800 and some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good amount.
It's a good amount of writing. Because I used to be
You went off.
I fully went off. I used to very much be the person where I was like, yeah, other than like a little poem or a song that is just, some stanzas or a short blog post, a little blog post, I can't like write like long form stuff. And now it's just coming out of me.
Spills out.
It's just, I feel like I'm just like, I have so many fucking thoughts about this. How do I say it? And I have to say it in thousands of words.
Everyone here is my manifesto.
Yes. It really felt like I was just like, I don't want to. You actually guided me very well when I finished it. And I was like, it's almost done. I really want to read it to you. And you were being really complimentary. You were like, I think it's good. I think you should print this. I think you should make it a zine. I think you should hand it out with merch orders. I think people need to hear this. They need to read this. And it's really good. Small things. Don't like the word ideology here. Ideology. And I really appreciate that because the more I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's just coming off cultish. But it's only just because I'm so passionate about this. And I get it. Having ideals a lot of times is, it's not like having ideals is bad, but you described it as prescriptive.
Yes.
And I was like, you are right. Even if those ideals were just like, I think that you should treat everybody as individuals and not just this kind of herd mentality to get your numbers up. Every single person listening is an individual person, and I just want to thank them. And I think that it's so cool. I think you earn your fans one by one, and it's about respecting other people and their individuality and blah, blah, blah. Those are ideally, that's how I'd like all people to be. But it's still, it sounds cultish. You're right. So we picked some different words there. Yeah. And we edited it a little bit, and now I just think it's mwah. I think it's so good. So I really want you to read it. I really, really, truly want you to read it if you care about something like that. If you don't, I completely don't blame you. It's long. You don't have to fucking read it. But it's
not that long. I mean, it's long in the terms of like it's a longer form thing for you to write.
Yeah.
It's own, it's
like an article, basically.
It's like an article.
It's like a normal size
something
article
that you'd read on like Medium or something.
But still, it's just kind of like it's about something so particular that I can imagine it bores certain.
It might do, but if you're passionate about supporting independent music in particular, then
that's what I said at the beginning. I'm just kind of like I'm sorry if this is long. It's more long-winded than I had intended. It's just I'm passionate about this, and I'm attempting to reach an audience of people who are also passionate about it. Yeah. So if that is you, please check it out. I would just really appreciate it if you checked that out.
flatsound.org/how-to-help. How-to-help.
Yeah, or just click the link.
Just click the link.
Click the link.
The link is, well, you know where it is. It's in the doobly-doo.
Oh my god.
It's in the doobly-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we like...
We might just be
are
done,
we like
to be
done?
honest. Yeah. What is it?
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, we're definitely done. We're like right on the mark for done.
Wow.
This has been all the space in between.
This has been all the space in between. Wait, what did you say?
This has been all the space in between.
What accent is this?
This has been all the space in between.
This has been all the space
My
in
name
between.
is Mitch. You think it surprises people that I have a fuzzy belly?
Doesn't surprise me.
No. Whenever
well, I don't know. Pleasantly surprised me, I guess.
Whenever I hook up with people,
yeah,
I shouldn't say that, but when people are often surprised that my tummy's a bit fuzzy.
That you're not twink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they expect twink, they get otter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think people are more surprised that you've got like hairy little shoulders?
Johnny was surprised when we went in the hot tub recently. He's like, you got little shoulder
he's
pads?
Your literal brother.
You got little shoulder pads? Because I'm like fuzzier than him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I got some little. They're not crazy. I'll bust them out next episode if you want.
when Johnny was in the hospital and I was going to see him, I was noticing just like so many things that are like, you know, obviously just like by DNA.
Yeah,
very
we're like
similar on you.
brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, just like exact same hairline, exact same like weird thing where you have two hairs coming out of each hair on your leg.
Yeah, I got some pretty hairy legs too.
So I was surprised that
Pretty
he did
hairy
not
legs.
have little shoulder pads and you did.
Yeah.
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 That's just a Mitch special.
I also have like not a lot of chest hair too, which is really funny. I'll have
You got a decent amount.
Thank you.
Whip it out.
Maybe I'll do it next episode. As I'm like continuing to gain weight.
Yeah.
Every time I walk by a mirror, I'm just giving myself a little shoulder up. Look at me, I look good. So maybe I'll pop the top and be like, guys, this is me without a shirt. It's not even. It's not even like a wow. Look, he's so built. Like it's not. It's just kind of like this is kind of funny, right?
It's kind of funny.
You've never seen me without a shirt before, and here I am. Look, here are my nipples.
It happened on Tumblr like one time.
Did it?
Yeah.
Fully shirtless?
I think so.
I was fully shirtless on Tumblr.
Yeah. Let me think. There was I love how we were like, okay, the episode's over. Anyway, postscript about Mitch's body.
Yeah.
You posted a couple pictures on Tumblr once that where you were wearing your comfy joggers. In my head, it's the red ones, and you were standing against your wall with, I believe, a projector on you or something. I don't know. And you were topless, and you could see your stomach.
But you see the hair almost like it's just around here, you know. And then it just kind of stops. Also, there's more on this side.
Yeah.
Which is always... Oh, I'm not even talking in the microphone.
Far away.
I don't know. It's just funny.
I think you posted a topless pic on Tumblr.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't really remember.
But I don't know if it... I feel like you cropped it before the nipples, though. I feel like you were topless, but like the picture cut off.
Really?
Protect your modesty.
Sure I wasn't going like this?
Like
that?
I'm coy. Yeah.
That's funny.
It is
I guess I have to believe you that happened. I guess I've never seen it.
Yeah.
This has been all the space in between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy. If you have an email that you'd like us to read, as we've proved, we'll literally read out
Anything.
guess fucking anything.
Yeah, anything.
At this point.
Yeah, gonna go back to our roots.
We just read that. So, you know, it's not going to be worse than that, is it? If that's our bar, send us an email.
The bar's on the floor. It's completely dragging.
The email address is
all the space in between at gmail.com. All the space in between at gmail.com. And if you like the episode, you think other people might like the episode. Other people might like the episode. Tell your friends about the episode. It is just so cool when you do it. I just love it when you leave a comment and say I like the episode. I just think it's so neat when people are listening to my show. I think it's so funny that we have a little podcast and have had it for 3 years now.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired. I'm not gonna mix this tonight.
It's 1 a.m.
Is it now?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, tell your friends about the show. It's everywhere where podcasts are found. It's Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Podcasts?
Almost said music.
Oh.
Spotify, and it's on YouTube, as you can see here. Or you could just go to our website. Our website is
allthespaceinbetween.com.
Anything else?
No.
I got a YouTube play button.
Woo!
Got a YouTube play button. Yeah.
Take that, haters.
Yeah, take that, my biggest hater, my wife. Yeah, take that, everyone who doubted me, even though it was none of you and all of you. It was 100% of the people that doubted me are you, and no one else cared. No one else assumed. No one. You know what's funny? No one else said anything. No one else was randomly just like, "Hey, by the way, you'd never get this." No one else just says that. You said it. Why did you say it a day before the thing got here? It's creeping me out. It's creeping me out. New episodes every Monday. Thank you so much for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Ready?
Yeah.
On 3, 1. 2, 3.